Blog Talk Radio. What's good? You're tuned into another episode of Two Lit Tuesdays right here on Endie Fiya with your girl, Nakia. Man, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like, my daughter just got off fall break, right? So I had to take her back to school. Actually, I'm at my mom's, and she, I took her halfway, and my mom took her the rest of the way. But that drive is just, I'm too old for this. I really am. I'm tired. Nevertheless, I'm excited to be here with you this evening for another episode of Two Lit Tuesdays. If you joined me yesterday, we talked a little bit about all of the events that went on this weekend in Atlanta, and there were a lot. Let's see, the BET Hip Hop Awards taped on the 5th, and then Tyler Perry opened up his studio on the 5th. And looks like our guest for this evening had a show on the 5th. This weekend was on and popping. Do you hear me? Atlanta was a spot to be in this weekend, most definitely. For those of you who've been under a rock and you don't know about the Tyler Perry Studios, this is huge. He acquired in 2015 a 330-acre lot that is located right in the heart of Atlanta on the historic grounds of the former Fort McPherson Army Base. The major motion picture studio, one of the largest production facilities in the country, and I think they're downplaying that because I've seen that it's like bigger than Disney, it's bigger than Paramount. So I'm gonna keep you posted on how legit this article is right here. But it showcases 40 buildings on the National Register of Historic Places, 12 purpose-built sound stages, 200 acres of green space, and a diverse back lot. And remember, like I said yesterday, a lot of the studios are named after, philanthropists and actors, that he's worked with or that he holds in high esteem. Like Spike Lee, I think Oprah has one, I think Halle Berry has one. And these studios are actually named after these individuals. The red carpet event was beautiful. Everybody was dressed, to the T. Beyonce, Jay-Z was there, Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams, Lala, Anthony. Yeah, so it was huge. It was definitely a red carpet affair, and they represented. So congratulations to Tyler Perry on his studios. Let's see. Since we're right here on October and we're still in Atlanta, let's run over to the BET Hip Hop Awards. Return to Atlanta, Georgia at the Cobb Energy Center on Saturday, October the 5th. Now, they will premiere tonight, October the 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on BET Network. So right after my show, you guys got time to get a drink, get comfortable on the couch, and go ahead and watch these BET Hip Hop Awards. Cardi B leads with 10 nominations. DJ Khaled, Travis Scott, and J. Cole tied for second highest nominations with 8 nods each. Other nominees include Drake with 7 nods, Nipsey Hussle and Megan Thee Stallion with 5 nods each, followed by Meek Mill, DaBaby, 21 Savage, and Rick Ross with 4 nods each. Now, I actually saw this and was super excited. This year, they have a new category, and it's called the Best International Flow. I don't know who leaked this, but in the category, there are nominees from Nigeria, from the UK, France, South Africa, Ghana, and Canada. All right, so I listed the times that they will, air in each of those respective places. But let me see if I can find the nominees for that category really quickly for you. All right, so the best international flow, you have Falls from Nigeria, you had Gets from the UK, you had Kalish from France, you had Lil Sims from the UK, Nasty C from South Africa, Sarkodie from Ghana, and Tory Lanez from Canada. Y'all know how I feel about Tory Lanez, right? I still feel like he belonged in this category. Anyway, the winner for this category was Sarkodie from Ghana. Super excited for that win for him. All of his fans, of course, it was huge on Twitter over the weekend. Once, everybody found out, it was really huge. Of course, you can see acceptance speeches beforehand. I hate that it's set up that way. You know what I mean? Like, what happened to everything being so spontaneous? Like, so many leaks. I don't even call them leaks anymore. Like, people know they won, and so just spread the love, and that's what they're doing. They're letting people know in advance, So, again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the BET Hip Hop Awards. Of course, hashtag on Twitter. Hashtag is Hip Hop Awards. You can follow them on Twitter tonight, Hip Hop Awards and BET. On Facebook, like the fan page, it's Hip Hop Awards. And, of course, on the website itself, bet.com/shows/Hip Hop Awards. All right? Now, in the news, who we've been talking about for the past year now. Tekashi 6ix9ine, of course. A judge has set a new sentencing date for Tekashi 6ix9ine. According to Complex magazine, the judge, I think it's Judge Engelmeyer, has accepted a motion to bump up the original date and will determine the embattled rapper's fate on December the 18th, 2018. The date previously was set for January 24th of 2020. Right. 6ix9ine served as the government star witness last month in the case of alleged non-Trey gang members Endie Ellison. Y'all know all of this, right? Y'all know all of this. All right, let's fast forward. 6ix9ine pleaded guilty to several crimes that carry a minimum of 47 years in prison. But due to his cooperation with the feds, it's possible he could be out as early as the top of 2020. And remember, I told you a couple weeks ago, he said he wasn't going into WITSEC. He was going to get back, to his passion, his love for the music game. And so we'll see how that goes. All right? I'll keep you posted. 50 Cent, G-Unit Film and Television is producing a new show exploring the legal drama of celebrities such as Tekashi 6ix9ine, Snoop Dogg, and himself. According to Variety magazine, the scripted docuseries is entitled A Moment in Time, and it will highlight 2 stories per season with 6 to 8 hours devoted to each subject. And the upcoming show's topics include the rise and fall of 6ix9ine, Snoop's murder trial, and Jimmy the henchman, Roseman, who was convicted of murder for hire, plots of 50 Cent's associate, Lodi Mack. So I'll keep you posted on that as well. I just got that information, so I don't have a lot on that, but I will definitely keep you in the know when it comes to that docu-series. All right? Cool. Y'all been watching Wu-Tang? Sorry, I know that's random. But, yeah, if you haven't, make sure you watch it. All right? Need to know information. Super excited to have my guest here this evening. This young lady, she needs to be a model. Y'all know I'll be on people's social media snatching up their pictures, right, to use them for different things. And I just go through all her pictures, and I was like, you know what, I'm looking at the clothes. Let me just grab the clothes that stand out the most because she's so photogenic. She really needs to be modeling. Really, listen to me now. She really needs to be modeling. I'm talking about Atlanta rapper and singer Qnova. Quachavious Ellison, born May 24th, is the oldest of 3 siblings, and she's known professionally as Qnova. The American independent rapper-singer was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and predominantly grew up on the east side of the Peach State. Qnova has always had a passion for music and originally started building her brand and fans by singing and rapping at local shows right in the heart of downtown Atlanta. She then branched off to bigger showcases, performing in nearby states, and continuance to make herself known and heard. Her sound is interestingly strong, and her lyrics are relatable to any listener. This talented artist brings versatility into the industry with a unique, one-of-a-kind sound. New projects are always in the making for this superstar, so stay tuned. Endie Fiya listening audience, I present to you this evening my guest, Atlanta rapper and singer, Qnova.
Hello, you guys. How y'all doing today?
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine, man. It's such a pleasure to be here and just having this interview with you, Nakia. I really appreciate it.
And I'm so glad to have you here as well. Let me go ahead and tell you thank you because you could have been anywhere this evening, but you've taken the time out of your very busy schedule to give freely of yourself. Talk about your passion, talk about you as an artist. So I'm glad to have you here with me this evening.
No problem, no problem.
I've listened to, I haven't listened to your new track. I always say that, to be excited, like the listening audience. But I have listened to Lessons, and I've listened to, I'm Hype.
Yes, I'm so hyped. Those are some old and past projects, but a lot of people still dig those.
Yes, I'm so hyped. I've been bumping that all day. I actually put up in the light, while the traffic is really, good. And somebody was like, yo, who are you playing? It's like, oh, you go to iTunes right here. This is Qnova, Nova. And this is the song. And the dude was like, yeah, I'm on it right now. I'm on it. So most definitely, when I find something that I like, I add it to the playlist, and I'm forever blasting it wherever I go. So that's in rotation on my playlist, my personal playlist.
Such a blessing. I'm happy to hear that. Like, I'm grinning from ear to ear. I know you can probably hear it in my voice.
In your voice, yeah.
Yes.
Do you come from a musical background?
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Do you come from a musical background?
What? Yeah, I would say yeah. I had like older cousins that actually just gave me the inspiration to want to do music. So that's how it all started, by seeing older family members, trying to pursue their dreams in the music industry.
Now, I know a lot of the females that I have on the show, they always say that their story, quote unquote, began in the church, especially those that sing. Is that true for you as well?
No, not for me as well. It began with me at home, looking at older cousins doing the same thing, and as well at school doing battles. So, in my case, not the church. Although all glory goes to God for everything, but in my case, it didn't come from the church.
So I know that you say that your musical background kind of comes from watching, other family members. Who would you say influences your style of music?
Well, just listening to like a different varieties of artists, not just one. I'm into just bringing different and being versatile. So, I may like T.I. and, probably listen to another artist that's doing something totally different, like R&B and something like that, and just combining the two and playing with the lyrics a little bit and still keeping myself and not losing myself. I don't have just one artist that really just influenced me, just being a music lover. I will listen to anything, to be honest.
It's interesting that you mentioned T.I. When I think of a female rapper, I see them always, trying to emulate what they see in mainstream as far as the females are concerned. Not a lot, mention the males. So do you find that, okay, I'm going to just say, for instance, all right, Megan Thee Stallion, I'm not really into her, but Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Rhapsody, do any of them influence your style?
No. Female artists back in the days, the female artists like Mia X, Gangsta Boo, she was a nice one. Lil Chat, she had, she was very talented as well. Just the older female rappers, Trina, the older female rappers, they pretty much kind of helped influence me as well. Today it's sort of different, although, they are great artists, the females today, but they don't have any influence on my music today. So, no.
Do you feel like the older rappers, female rappers, their music, their lyrics had more, their lyrics were filled with more information, you were more adaptable to what they were saying as opposed to what the new artists are talking about. Like, I feel like the older rappers, they had sustenance in their lyrics.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
I feel that way as well. Like, there's a lesson to be learned in their lyrics. Today, some rappers may have like some type of concept of what's going on, but it's kind of playful, to me. And it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. Everything is pretty much changing, and people are liking new things and different things. But I do feel as though the music back in the days from the female rappers, it did actually have a lesson learned, a message inside their music.
Now, staying right there, what do you think about the music scene today?
The music scene?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, as far as that today, I kind of don't want to downplay anyone. Like I said, I love all artists. I give all artists their props and respect. But things have totally changed, as far as how they put a message in or how they trying to, portray to be or try to influence other people. I feel like, today it is necessary to have like a message, inside of your music today. So, to each his own.
Right, so tell us something about your writing process. Do you come up with the lyrics first, or do you need to hear the beat first and then your lyrics come after?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a fun process for me, and it just depends. Sometimes it switches up. Sometimes I may have like a concept in mind, and then I may have to listen to, just search through different beats and tracks and stuff to see if it fits. And then sometimes it depends. Like, now, if I hear a track and it really grabs my attention and I start writing immediately, then I know that's the track that I need to be working on next. So it's it's different every time. So sometimes I may start writing on the verse, and then sometimes I may start on the hook. It just depends on my vibe at that time and how I'm feeling, especially when I hear the track. Because that music, it must grab you and put you in the, the right place to write. So,
right.
Yeah. Just depends.
Now, you said that Lessons and I'm So Hyped, that's some of your older music. When you go back and listen to those tracks, in what ways do you feel that your newer music has changed from when you first started?
Well, it's not that old. It was, 2018, only last year. Just, I would say, trying to be how I deliver things, how I actually sit down and see how I want to put my own expressions in my words and stuff like that. Little things like that can make a dramatic change in how you actually, put emphasis on certain things. So when I go back and listen to older music, I always, try to find something to what I can learn from, what I could have done better, or what can I do now, to actually make my music better now when I write. So, those are things I look for, when I'm listening to old tracks, just trying to see what I can do to, actually add into my new music today to make things better. Because you can never stop learning.
Right. Which one of your songs do you think that you have delivered the best performance so far?
Best performance so far, I would have to say my latest single, Check Up. I love it. I believe you heard Check Up already, haven't you?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay. Maybe you gotta hear it. Like, it's a dope track. It's full of energy. I must say that. But I believe that song put me in some type of zone to where I feel like I can conquer. I feel like I'm motivated and that I can, come out and, I guess, look at things in different perspectives of as far as life, trying to conquer or get over, certain situations, just feeling kind of powerful. So I'm hoping to help other listeners to feel the same way, especially as a female. So it's about the ambition to actually come up and, make your money and, pursue the goals and dreams in life for yourself and your family.
We're going to get into that in just a moment, but where do you find your motivation? You just mentioned how motivating and uplifting you feel the song is to you, and you're hoping that, it also can help others, especially females and female listeners. But where do you find your motivation to continue doing what you're doing daily?
Well, as stated in my bio, music is already installed in me. So it's already within me that I find my motivation. This is something that I want to do. It's something that I want to pursue and, accomplish, being heard, get my music out there. I do have messages in my music for people, no matter what the topic of it is. So, just art. Period. It's a form of art, music, listen to the instruments, everything within it. I'm that type of person that dissects every little thing and, I'm listening, I'm tuning in. So, music is just a part of me. Music gives me, that energy, that drive. So I find my motivation when it's just something that I'm hungry for. It's something that I love. So within me, it's already installed. I love music. And being able to create something of my own, loving music so much, but being able to actually, create your own music, your own lyrics, your own style, how you deliver it, it's like cooking up the ingredients and sharing it. So being able to do that, is awesome. It's an awesome feeling.
I would totally agree with what you said, but in that there can be some downsides to all of that. Have you ever or do you deal with skepticism or resistance from this industry because you're a female?
Yeah, I would sort of say somewhat, just trying to get my music, my brand over to other bigger, things or companies or whatever. It seemed as though they put you on a back burner a little bit or got you on hold or, I'm listening to you or, I got this coming up, but I need to listen to this first. And you're always on a back burner. Well, and then it's like, for me, well, at least for my experience, once they listen to it, that's when they want to, oh, yeah, I love it. I want to do this. I want to do that. Let me promote it here. Let me push it there. I got this show. But when I first came to you, it was like, okay, I got you, just another, female. But I feel like many will probably do like a male artist kind of differently. I kind of feel like, people just should be real from the beginning. Like, I know, my worth and my music. So, but when they actually listen to my music, pretty much, they pretty much, want to see what else I have in store. I'm glad you asked that question as well.
What's the biggest barrier that you've had to overcome as an independent artist?
It's already it's hard being an independent artist, for one. You're promoting and you're pushing everything on your own. You're trying to keep up with all websites, trying to keep up on the social media. You don't have, me and my manager, we're doing that stuff together, and on top of that, we're doing other things in life. So it's trying to keep up with everything. It can be overwhelming, but you have to be self-motivated and self-determined and know that this is something that you want to do, and you're going to continue on no matter what.
Now, mentioning the websites and having to keep up with social media and all of that. Do you find any of that to be distracting to you? Or are you always focused on the music?
Well, basically, I think I'm answering it correctly. I'm actually always focusing on the music. I say that because, I don't put personal business over my social media. I just keep everything that deals with me as an artist and showcase myself as an artist, over social media. So I exclude everything out that does not have to do anything with music, so that's what I think artists should do. I understand that people come across everyday things and everyday encounters or whatever the case may be, but I just try to keep everything, in the view of being an artist, and so people can focus on me and not everything that's going on around me. So that's what I love to post and focus on. I heard you mention something about modeling as well. I really do appreciate that comment.
Girl, yes.
Yeah.
You definitely, I feel like you definitely
fashion.
need to get into, I see that you're very fashionable, and everything. Yo, when I tell you, like, I probably got, 50 Coach bags, because that's just my brand. I've always loved Coach, but when I tell you this female right here, and I won't wear them. I only, wear maybe 2 or 3, but this female here got a bag to match every outfit. Her shoes be on point. Her makeup, her hair be right. Yo, I'm telling you, you need to be modeling. Get somebody fashion show first. Do the fashion show. Maybe you could do a fashion show and / they need some live performance as well. So, you get in there, you do the live performance, and you walk the runway as well. Somebody pick up your face and be like, we want to get her in our agency. So don't downplay that right there, because you really got it going on.
Right.
Definitely.
I never thought about that though. That sounds very interesting. And I saw your photos too, Nikita. You slaying as well, I must say. I vouch for you. You are slaying.
Girl, been there. People, and you know what? I was at an event this weekend that I had to host, and the photographer was like, "Oh my gosh, you need to be modeling." And my mother popped up, and she was like, she did that 20 years ago. She's over that now. And I'm like, dang, Mom,
right.
Maybe I want to get back in. You know what I'm saying?
You are doing it. You look absolutely
Don't
great.
my shine. Come on now. But I want to get into your track right now. Check Up. You want to tell us again, because somebody may have just tuned in, and if so, you're live right here on Two Lit Tuesdays on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia. And I guess this evening is Atlanta rapper and singer Qnova. Just tell us just a little bit about Check Up one more time before we get into this track.
Okay, so Check Up is about check money, but it's not saying anything bad of you getting your check up in a negative way. It's just inspiring you to actually, make your money, pursue the dreams and the goals that you want, live and, do you. So Check Up is a very inspiring song to me, and it's motivational to, give you that drive that you need to make it in this world.
From the artist herself, Qnova, this right here is Check Up.
I'ma get it back and I'm ready to. I'ma get it back and I'm ready to. I'ma get it back and I'm ready to. Run it up. I'ma take the bag and I'm ready to. I'ma take the check and I'ma cash it out. I'ma take the bag and I'm ready to. I'ma take the check and I'ma cash it out. Check up. Whip so sick, need a check up. Check up. Dig into the check, throw your hands up. Check. Keep these hoes in check. I'm running with the check. Keep these hoes in check. I'm running with the check. Duffel bag full of check. Pocket full from them check. Smoke blowing out my nose. I bought it from the check. Keep a check. Listen, I don't like to write no check. Just sign it in my name. Then I'm cashing out the check. But disrespect, I'ma put it in check. Better with your turn, cause you know that I'm next. I can get what I want. I ain't even got a flex. I'm winning. And I ain't even got a bet. Hold up, let me count up. No must of my cash up. Rubber band stacks on fold up. My pen bank done rolled up. Keep a duffel bag on my shoulder. I'm counting camouflage like a soldier. Switching whips, bipolar. I came up and I told you. Checks on my feet, gold on my teeth, ice on my sleeve, rock on my ring, shine like a bling. Money sit tall, off with your head. Yeah, I'm a queen. I'ma take the bag and I'ma run it up. I'ma take the check and I'ma cash it out. I'ma take the bag and I'ma run it up. I'ma take the check and I'ma cash it out. Check up, check up. Whip so sick, need a check up. Check up, check up. Begin to the check, throw your hands up. Check. Keep these hoes in check. I'm running with the check. Keep these hoes in check. I'm running with the check. Don't sleep when we wake up. Y'all eat pie, get your cake up. I see you licking face with your makeup. Got a hater looking mad like a breakup. What you mad for? I don't care what they say. Let them hate. All I know, I'm on go chasing checks. Take no breaks. It's payday, cut the check like underlay, ain't talking, no chump change. Grind day, bank closed is a holiday. Not today. One phone call, they gon' open it up like a Philly state. Thumbing through the check, no paper cut, bank account stay lit, no cigarette, roll the blue with 100, call it green on green. I'm already shining, so when I wear jewelry, that's bling on bling. I'ma take the bag and I'ma run it up. I'ma take the check and I'ma cash it out. I'ma take the bag and I'ma run it up. I'ma take the check and I'ma cash it out. Check up. Whip so sick, need a check up. Check up. Begin to the check, throw your hands up. Check. Keep these hoes in check. I'm running with the check. Keep these hoes in check. I'm running with the check. I'ma get it back, I'm ready to. I'ma get it back, I'm ready to. I'ma get it back and I'm ready to.
Hey now, what's good? It's your girl, Jana Blackwell, C-Town Records, Mistress of Soul. And you're on the air with the hottest independent station, Endie Fiya, with your host, Nakia, giving you that heat right here on the station, bringing you all of the hottest hip-hop hits, Endie Fiya.
Thank you, Jana. If you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Too Late Tuesdays on Endie Fiya with your girl, Nakia, and my special guest this evening, Atlanta rapper and singer, Qnova. Where did you get your name from?
Well, my first name begins with a Q, so I always thought, like I said, I love art. You know, Q is just it's a cute letter. The way how the Q is just made. Anyway, first letter from Q, and then the Nova, I got that from it's the brightest star in the galaxy. So I combined those two, and I came up with my name, Qnova.
Okay. Now, I feel you with the letter Q. My last name starts with a Q, and so I hold that very dearly to my heart. Anytime I see the letter Q on anything, I'm grabbing it, whether it's some decor, whether it's just letters themselves, whatever. If I see a Q, because it's a letter that you don't see a lot, it's always excluded. Even though it's in the alphabet, Q's and Z's are always excluded, when they're making cute things. And so whenever I see something with a Q, I'm grabbing it. So I feel you on that right there.
I love
now,
it.
does Qnova have an alter ego, like Beyonce had Sasha Fierce? Do you have an alter ego that you use when you perform?
No. What I do, I just grasp all the energy within me, all the drive. I think about the past tragedies I've been through, losing special people. I use all that and I build up this energy, and I just go for it. I just go for it on stage. That's
and
what
I know
I
what you mentioned in your description of Checkup, the song being high energy. So that energy that you displayed in that song, because in the very beginning, I really had not heard the song in its entirety because I want to be, wowed, just like my listening audience. But I had heard bits and pieces of it, but not like the intro and the energy that just exploded, at the beginning of the song. Like, is that what you possess at all times right there?
It is, it is. And you know what, Nakia? I've actually had like a follower to tell me, hey, I listen to your music, and it was a guy. I listened to your music in the morning time on my way to work, and man, I was so hyped because I'm about to go make this.
Yes.
He said, I didn't feel like going in today. He said, but when I listened to that checkup, I said, man, let me go run this bag up because my son's birthday next week. And I was just laughing, but it was I was just laughing, but it was an honor. And I was like, out of the blue, I read that message, and I was like, oh, wow. Like, so, you know, it's giving out good vibes.
Yeah, I most definitely, it's full of energy, and it's not just, to be pushing that in the intro, but for it to last through the entire track. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wanted to play it again because of the energy that you feel like in the song, and I think that's what people need nowadays, because I'm going to have to go back and now listen to all the lyrics. It takes me about 3 times to really like a song because I'm around here jumping around like, I'm feeling everything, and people need that boost of energy because you don't know what is going on in people's everyday lives. And when you can put out a song like that with that much energy, and if you feel it flowing from head to toe, you know what I'm saying? So go back and listen to the lyrics. If you just heard the track, Check Up by Qnova, you just heard it for the first time. It's on all digital retailers. But go ahead and download that, stream that. And that needs to be your boost of energy in the morning. When you're coming home from work, that needs to be your boost of energy right there and make it through the remainder of the day. So when you put out something fire like that right there, I can tell you that I wish you much success, but I feel that you're going to have a lot of success with this song right here. And speaking of that song, I know that you have a new song that you're working on, Rockstar, that's coming out on the 11th.
11th, woo! Yes, that's only in a few more days. Yes,
only in a few more, 3 more days. Rockstar will be dropping. We'll have that, and yes, today's the 8th. We will have that in rotation on New Music Mondays. Hopefully, this coming Monday. Just talk about Rockstar just a little bit.
Oh man, Rockstar now, you get a whole different vibe. Like I said, I bring a lot of versatility in the industry. So. With this one, you got the guitars, Nakia. I think you're really gonna like it. It's laid back. It's such a fun song. It's just talking about being a rock star, rocking out in your own way, not actually being a rock star. With the spice or whatever. However you want to, however you want to be, you can. It's basically you rocking with yourself. You're rocking with yourself. It's a great message inside of that song, and I'm going to wait when it's released so that the world can see what that message is, and they're going to, I think that the world is going to love that song.
Well, and I understand that you said it's a little different, going in a different route than Check Up, but if it just possesses the same energy, and I feel that it does because you possess that energy. So when it flows through your music, I think that makes an individual an even more better artist. When they're full of positivity, not that negativity. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing this because, but when they're passionate about what they're doing, you can tell in what they put out. Their brand is well represented. Their music, it only continues to get better. Do you see growth in yourself? When you listen to tracks that you put out last year, can you see the growth?
I do. And I've also had like a lot of people to tell me that I have a powerful voice. So the voice is natural, Nakia. It's nothing added, or I'm not trying to act or sound a certain type of way. My voice is natural, so it's even stronger when I put it on the track.
Yeah. What was something that, or a high point in your career that, you maybe could not have seen yourself there 3 or 4 years ago, but then bam, something happened, and this has been the culmination of your career thus far? What would that be?
I would have to say, with me being in the position of people calling me now. At first, when I first started, trying to display my music, putting it over social media. You know, like I said, it could be overwhelming, but I continued. But at times I did say, man, like I have to pay for every show. Like I have to do this, I have to do that, da 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 da. Mm-hmm. But now I'm at a point. It's levels to it. It's a process,
right?
So the level I'm on now, you know, people are watching, people are talking. There's a buzz coming. There is a buzz, and people are actually reaching out for me to come out and do events. So that's the level I'm on right now, and I'm only elevating from there.
That's awesome. And I know that you had a show this weekend in Atlanta. I tell you, so many things. Oh, and I didn't mention the A3C Festival started today in Atlanta. It lasts for 5 days. So if you can't make, what's going on during the weekday, maybe you can get out on the weekend, Friday, Saturday. Shout out to Cedrina, one of the Endie Fiya Radio fam. Will be performing at A3C. We're super excited for her. And, you know, her management group. They did major things to get her there. So shout out to Cedrina. But I know that you had a show this weekend in Atlanta as well. Talk about that just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's another, you know, it was a big event. It's well known in Atlanta. It was actually at Woodruff Park in the heart of Atlanta, Atlanta Hip Hop Day. So I was blessed to actually get a spot to perform there. They had 3 different stages, so they had 3 different setups. And the whole park was just crowded, and there was a lot of great networking. I was able to display my music and grasp more relationships with people, pass out cards, and, you know, tell them a little bit about myself. So it was fun. It was a nice event. Atlanta Hip Hop Day, I really have to get into that next year as well. I would love to do it every year.
Is that the biggest stage that you've been on?
No, it's one of the biggest stages that I've been on. I actually did a show at I don't know if you heard of it, but the Sweet Urban Festival in Atlanta.
Mhm. Yep.
That was another big event as well. So it was a lot of people out there. So that was one of the. It was a big stage. So I must admit that, but wasn't the first big stage I've been on. You know, with the huge crowd. So we all rocked out. The audience, it was just amazing.
Where do you see the Qnova brand going in 2020?
I see it going in a lot of different places. You know, like as far as, being known, first and foremost, you know, people, I think that people would know me a lot more. You know, to answer your question, are you talking about like as far as like any products?
Yes. Do you have merchandise already out, or are you putting out merchandise? Do you want to go into, say, television, you know, just other areas that you can place yourself and your brand?
I do want to put my merchandise on other products, like it's such as clothing. You know, I love clothes, Nakia. I know you see that. So
Yes.
I would love to put that Qnova brand on some clothing. And I must tell you, I don't know if you know this about me, but I do not have a favorite color. So my clothes will be full of colors. So I'm going to let you know that now.
Yes.
So,
ooh, yes.
It would be
that would
so
explain
much
it. That would explain it right there. Yes.
Yes, I have no favorite color. So.
And she looks good in every color. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, like I don't like the color white, so you'll never see me in anything white because I don't like white. But this young lady looks good in whatever color. If it's a solid color, if it's a multicolored, you know, if it's designs, whatever the print may be, she looks good in anything that she puts on. And again, with the matching bag and the matching shoes, you know, her face is suede, hair is done. You know, she's rocking the look from head to toe. Very, very fierce, but also sophisticated. You know, it's nothing trashy looking about her. You know, and I'm not talking bad about the mainstream artist. I'm not, but she keeps it classy, and I think she leaves a lot to the imagination, and I think that's what a lot of our the youth. You want to emulate somebody, this is the type of artist that you need to be looking at. She keeps it sophisticated and classy and looks very looks very good in everything that she wears. And this is the type of female that you want as a role model for, your young daughters and your young sons as well, because I know a lot of boys listen to, the female artists. And so this is the type of lady that you want to be a role model for your kids.
You know what?
So, yes.
You're giving me chills. Yeah, and, a lot of people say, oh, man, you did that. Like, I could be the type to wear no clothes or, you know how it is these days. I'm not that type.
Right.
I still want to look sexy, a little bit flaunty, but I don't want to overdo it. It's just not built in me, so I appreciate that. Those words mean a lot to me.
Speaking nothing but the truth. You'll see. I can only imagine what 2020 is going to hold for you, especially if you do decide to go, the fashion route with your product line. I can see big things happening for you. So I wish you much success in that area. When it comes to your brand, are you active in the community where you live? Do you have any platforms that you promote?
Well, as far as like in the community, I've actually did a suicide awareness show, if that's what you're saying. So I wanted to bring to the community, bring out fans, and family members as well. We went out to the community, heard stories of other people too and what was going on to make the awareness of suicide and, people that's going through depression and stuff like that. So, I try to do events like that as well. Also school drives. I participate in multiple back-to-school drives, donations and stuff like that, like giving kids a book bag, all the supplies and stuff like that. So I do try to, give back to the community as well, especially to the kids, especially to the children.
That's what's up. Do you have children?
I do. I do have children. I really don't actually put them on social media. My manager and I, we discussed it. We discussed that, as far as like personal information, I'm actually keeping everything in a professionalism of making myself known. They need to focus on the music, the craft. 'Cause I know not everybody put their personal life on the line. First you have to build this platform. You have to build this stable platform first, brand yourself correctly, try to get, attention brought to you. And if you, when you do want to put personal information out there, you'll know when the right time is. You'll know when it's the right time for that.
Do you find that being a mother influences the things that you write about?
You said
the music that you put out?
I don't find it pretty bad, especially like my image as well. I do have girls, so especially my image, I don't think that I'm putting anything out there that's negative, still, I have to think about them, so I keep that in mind,
right.
What I put out there. So that's very important. I want to be a role model to my kids as well, my girls as well, other people's daughters. So I've really been grinding to kill, like as far as I just graduated from school. So this past May.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I just got my bachelor's degree in sociology. So, I really mean what I say when I do care about kids, because I do want to use that field to help children and families, as well as use those funds to help my career in music.
There you go.
Yes. So I've actually been grinding. Thank you.
What is the one thing that you're not willing or prepared to ever do in your success or to achieve success in your music career?
I'm not willing to change myself, like, as far as, you know, trying to get bigger boobs or butt, hips, and stuff like that. I'll just work it out in the gym. People gonna love your music. They're gonna love your music, not your butt and your boobs.
That's
It's not
right.
like they're gonna ever
That's
touch
right.
them anyway. So you're just gonna
Right.
it's just gonna be an image for you to see. I don't want to do that. I'll rather keep it real, and I work out. I work out in the gym. We females always find the flaw about themselves. You just have to work on it and continue working on it. I don't want nobody coming in my space telling me, "Hey, get bigger boobs. They'll look at you more." Okay, so are they going to touch them as well? No.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, push up bra. So I just want to be real. I just want to stay real to myself because, like I said, I do have daughters that I have to, help, put them in the right direction as well.
What's the last thing that you taught somebody?
The last thing I taught somebody was just to, well, let me give you like a short, brief story. It was a person I didn't even know. I was at the store, but I can tell that they was down. They had, I don't know I really don't know what was going on. That person was so mean. That person was angry. But when I spoke to the person, they kind of spoke. It was kind of hard, kind of like, oh, I really don't want to speak. So I was just like, hey, you have a good day. You seem like you're a good person. So, don't let negative things come your way. Just try to block out all the negativity and keep going. And that person looked at me and smiled and was like, thank you so much. I'm going through a lot. Da-da-da-da. I'm glad that you came and you said that because, I was thinking about some crazy stuff and, you didn't have to say that. I'm sorry if I was coming off wrong. And so, to top everything off, I taught them I didn't actually teach them. I just gave them energies, gave them positive energies. Hey, let all that negative stuff go and focus on the brighter side. Focus on the brighter side because you can get next to somebody. You can talk to somebody. You can feel their energy. So, I care for people. I would say that.
All right. And what's the last thing that you learned?
The last thing that I've learned, like as far as in the music, I've learned how to actually try to be a lot, try to relate my music to some things that other people may go through because not to be ashamed if I went through something and I want to put it in my music because sometimes, to be honest, I didn't like to talk about my past or things that went on with me that could come off kind of embarrassing. So I've learned that, I'm not the only one. Other people may have went through the same thing, and it's okay to talk about it. And you never know, you may be helping somebody that's miles away from you that I don't even know. So, talking about something that's relatable to other people out here in the world is something that I've learned. I can use it and put it in my music and not be ashamed of it. And somewhere, it can help out somebody.
That's right. And I think that's in every aspect of your life. It is very important to know signs, see signs. You don't know just by giving a smile to a stranger, by saying a kind word to a stranger. You don't know what their day could be like, what the next thought could be like for them. But then you step in, with a bright smile or, your energy is, exposed to them and everything just turns around. So we're taking the last thing that you taught, which was blocking out negativity, possessing more positive energy. And the last thing that you learned, which was making music that is more relatable. Combine the two of those and offer, someone who may be listening now, they're brand new to the industry, they've heard your tracks, they think, they love your sound, they feel like they can do what you're doing. but they have a bit of fear, or they're a little, they're not quite sure they are where they need to be. Combine those two things to be able to tell that individual, offer them some advice, on the next move that they need to make for their career.
I would say heavy networking, will be very vital to everything. If you go out and do shows, you're a little bit afraid or don't know what this is, what you really want to pursue. Just give it a try, even if it's a small open mic. See if there's something that you want to do, and see what type of feedback you get from crowds. Get feedback from people wherever you go. Always get footage so you can see yourself and learn from yourself. And just go out there and give it your all, give it your best shot. So, if they're feeling discouraged and, I don't want to do it or I don't have the correct support, like I said, you have to be mind strong. If there's something that you want to do, you need to do it, then it must happen. You must do it. You feel like, oh, man, this is something that I feel that I'm supposed to be doing this. This is like with any situation. So if it's something that you think that you're supposed to be doing, you're going to do it regardless. So always learn from yourself. Do these open mics. Start off small and build your way up. Always network after every show, during every show, and, that actually expands your brand and get your name out there a lot more. And love what you do. If this is something that you don't love, then this is not for you. That's with any position. So
True.
Those are some things I would actually tell them.
And she mentioned something that a lot of artists do not mention. Make sure that you're getting footage or that somebody's getting footage of your performance so that you can see what it is that you need to work on. Maybe, I don't know, if you're a dancer, maybe there's some things that you need to work on, how you sound open mic, a live mic versus in the studio. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're getting the live footage of your performances. Now, I know that the Check Up video is coming soon, yes?
Right. Yes, that's correct. I am actually excited about it. I'm sorry?
Have you started on it?
Oh, man, well, I did start on just getting ideas, gathering ideas about it. I don't know, Nakia, I want this to be like such a fire and dope song. I need it to match the energy that I'm giving out. So I got ideas, and when that video comes out, I'll give you a couple of, I tell you some things, on the side about what I'm thinking about doing. But I want the audience to wait for that. But I'm gathering ideas and the spots and locations, especially like in the heart of Atlanta, and just to turn up on that song. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I might have to come through for that video right there.
Please do. Please do. You are invited. How about that?
All right. There it is. Just let me know, and I will be there for sure. For sure. I want to go ahead and give you the opportunity. Girl, please do. I want to give you the opportunity now to go ahead and get all of your contact information out for those who may be listening live to the show, for those who may come back and listen to a playback show. The show does playback on about 10 different platforms. So if they come and listen and they want to get you, on a show, if they want to collab with you, if they want to send you some beats, for whatever their need may be to reach out to you, the floor is now yours to get all of your contact information out.
Okay, so I don't have much to give out right now because this right here is going to give them everything. So they can actually follow me on Instagram. That's at Qnova 24, Qnova 24, and on there's links, and there's links to every other thing. There's links to my artist e-card, my music, other social media sites that I'm on. So on Instagram, it's going to expand out everything that they need to know about me, and that's Qnova 24.
All right, you heard her, Qnova 24. There's links to all of her information located on Instagram. So make sure that you reach out to her for whatever your need may be. Thank you again for joining us this evening. Again, you could have been anywhere, but you took the time to be here with us. So I'm super excited that we had you here this evening.
No problem. Thank you so much.
You are so very welcome. Guys, coming up on Thursday night, we have 100-gram Prezi from GBLFE. There we go. Mogul Music Entertainment Group. He'll be here on Thursday. And then on next Tuesday, I'm super excited about this interview. Although I'm always excited, but this interview on next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have 15-year-old philanthropist, youth activist. She got a whole lot of stuff under her sleeve, straight A student, 2 businesses. I'm super excited to chop it up with her here next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. That's Azaria Cherry out of VA. All right? So if you can't make them all, please do not miss them all. My quote for the evening: music is one of the easiest ways to motivate yourself. Listen to uplifting tracks and songs about success, and you can't help but want to work harder. That's AJ Winters. Until this Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you all have a good night.